I would like to call this meeting to order. Thank you for joining us during our weekly hybrid MLS breakfast meetings. Get here early to get your right donut or whatever the treat is. My name is Buck Stapleton, and I am your July program chair. A little bit about me. I go by the nickname Buck. My real name is Charles, but that's a Southern colloquial nickname for Buck instead of Chuck or Charlie. My grandfather was a professional baseball player, and he went by Charlie Buck. And so you can probably guess what I was called growing up. There was a Y on the end of my name until I took Shotokan Karate, and my friends dropped the Y because I showed them what I was learning in the class. Now, help me welcome C.A.R. Region 16 Chair and WSGVR past president, guess who? Ling Chow, who will be introducing our speakers.
You guys are so excited to listen to our report, right? Nothing better to do on a Thursday morning. Okay, we're going to report our C.A.R. If you don't know what C.A.R. is, the California Association of Realtors report, and also the National Association report. We go to these meetings. For C.A.R., we go 3 times a year. For NAR, we go 2 times a year. So we're going to start with the C.A.R. meeting first, and we're going to start with last name first. So it's not because of what committee they belong to. All these people that's on the screen are C.A.R. directors. So may I start with our current president, Bihr, Madam President.
Thank you, Ling. Good morning, everyone. My name is Bihr, and I'm your 2025 West San Gabriel Valley Realtors President and your 2025 National Association of Realtors Director. I'm here this morning to report on the Board of Directors meeting held on June 5th, 2025. And this is for NAR, not C.A.R. The NAR Board of Directors approved a consent agenda to elect the 2026 officers and regional vice presidents. They were Christine Hansen of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She was elected as the 2026 president-elect, which means that in 2027, she will be our NAR president. And Colin Mellon of Ashland, Oregon, he was elected the 2026 first vice president. And C.A.R. past president Kevin Brown, our 2025 national NAR president-elect, will be our 2026 NAR president. So next year, Kevin Brown will be our NAR president. C.A.R. past president, Melanie Barker, our 2024 C.A.R. president, will be our 2026 regional vice president for Region 13. At NAR, Region 13 consists of California, Guam, and Hawaii. There was also a video shown from President Donald Trump, who welcomed realtors to Washington, D.C., and thanked them for their support of the House-passed tax reform. As you know, presently that tax reform bill has already passed, but at that time, it was just passed by the House. NAR Board of Directors also approved a 2026 budget with no dues increase, and that's good news. That means no NAR dues increase in 2026. The NAR Board of Directors also passed a professional standards recommendation to clarify language in NAR Code of Ethics Standard of Practice 10-5, which prohibits harassment of any person or persons protected under Article 10 of the code. A day earlier, on June 4th, the Executive Committee approved another professional standards change, revising language for Policy Statement 29. The amended Standard of Practice 10-5 is to give state and local associations greater clarity in how to fairly and consistently enforce Article 10 of the Code of Ethics. The amended standard of practice says that realtors, in their capacity as real estate professionals, in association with their real estate businesses or in their real estate related activities, shall not harass any person or persons based on race, color, religion, sex, disability, familial status, national origin, sexual orientation, or gender identity. We also made a series of recommendations to the standards of practice to bring the language in line with the terms of NAR's 2024 settlement. We also approved a motion to make one member of the executive committee a commercial practitioner. We also approved a motion to one member of the executive committee a commercial practitioner who has served as chair, vice chair, or liaison of an NAR commercial related committee or forum to serve a 2-year term and be independent of the 10% commercial representation requirement outlined in the NAR Constitution. We approved a recommendation from the Credentials and Campaign Rules Committee to amend qualifications for President-elect, First Vice President, and Treasurer effective January 1, 2026. So qualification for top line officers are now aligned with those already in place to Regional Vice President. The board also approved recommendations from the Member Accountability Committee related to applications for volunteer leadership and the Statement of Appropriate Event Conduct. The goal of the recommendations is to ensure members found in violation of the NAR Member Code of Conduct be properly disclosed. NAR President Kevin Sears announced the 2025 Distinguished Service Award winners at this meeting. And if you want more details, you may come up and ask me after this meeting. During the meeting, Realtors Relief Action Foundation or Realtors Relief Foundation President Greg Hrabchak appealed to board members to make a tax-deductible donation. The fund provides housing assistance to victims in the immediate aftermath of a disaster. 100% of these funds donated go to disaster relief. So before the meeting ended that day, directors had donated more than $41,000 to the Realtors Relief Fund. That's the end of my report. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, Yen made NAR and C.A.R. report. Just in case you guys want to know why is it Region 16? What does it mean by Region 16? We go by regions when we go to California Association meetings. We're Region 16 because we're with Citrus Association. So Region 16 consists of Citrus and West San Gabriel, but they're not here to make that report. So we're here to report to our members, okay? So the next one is Mr. Jeff Huang.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, if you could put your phone on stun, that'd be great. My name is Jeff Huang with KW Executive. I'm reporting, just as our Ling was saying, for C.A.R. Region 16, which is behalf of WSGVR and Citrus Valley. Now, for this meeting, this update is about C.A.R.'s risk management meeting that was held in February and March of this year. So that's what this report's about. In the meeting, each region reports on risk management topics that they are experiencing in the region. So the following is a summary of those topics. So what risk management is experiencing is delays of solar ownership transfers, wildfires issues, which are obtaining and renewing insurance, rental price gouging, low housing inventory, using the updated BRBC and commission practices, and balcony inspections. That was pretty much it. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Yours is really short and quick, huh? Okay, next one is Pauline Lam. Pauline?
Good morning, everyone. And I'm so honored to be one of the California Association of Realtors Region 16. I'm not reimaging committee member since last year. And I would like to introduce you and announce in celebration of 120 years of leading the way, California Association of Realtors Reimaging Expo Conference will be held on September 15 to 17. The location is a brand new Great Gaylord Pacific Resort. Do you know where it is? Chula Vista, right? We only need to drive 2 hours, can be there. All right, and this is they call a workation worth bring the family. So you're welcome to bring your family to be there together for working and vacation. September 15 is a payday pre-conference offering 5 educational tracks target for your business. And 2 days expo will be on September 16 to 17, offering you more than 50 powerful sections and many big prizes over 2 days. September 16th, Tuesday evening, will be the highlight celebration for 120 years of C.A.R. All voice array, live music and food free to all members. Why wait for? Join me. Scan the QR code now, and we want to see all our WSGVR members winning the prizes and learning and fabulous networking opportunity together there. Oh, okay. NAR report. It's my great honor and it's a great learning experience to attend 2025 NAR legislative meetings in Washington, D.C. with President Ling and Region 16 Chair Ling Chow. I attend various committee meetings. President, I learned from Residential Economic Trend Forum, lesson Dr. Lawrence Yuan to give the most update real estate market trend and economic analysis. And I also attend the local president and president-elect roundtable to exchange the opinions to learn how to shape and lead our association better serve our members in the coming years. One of the most important message I would like to bring here and share, we are proud of our WSGVR. We have 4 RPAT President Circle, Golden R Investor, which is President Yingber and Ling Chang, Shun, and Pauline Lam. We donate and invest this important legislative funding to elective congressional legislature. We are not only voice to support in local, state, but also national level to advocate the private home ownership right together.
Thank you, Pauline. Next, we have Nanette on. She's ready. I know she is.
Mine is a little long, so if you need another coffee break. Okay, my report is for C.A.R. reports, and I'm reporting from the Transaction and Regulatory Committee. Now, we had a few motions there. I want to start with the first one is a bill, Assembly Bill 723. C.A.R. stands to oppose this bill, and this bill would require a real estate broker, salesperson, or a person acting on their behalf, brokers and realtors such as yourselves, to include a disclosure when using a digitally altered image in an advertisement or promotional material, such as the MLS, Zillow, Redfin, etc., when listing a property. This disclosure would need to be stated next to the digitally altered image that this image you see before you is digitally altered. So if you have a picture there, you have to have in the bottom, this is digitally altered. It's a disclosure. If the advertisement or promotional material is posted on an internet website, this bill, AB 723, would require the real estate broker or salesperson to additionally include the same image without digital alteration. A digitally altered image means a still photo image that has been altered through the use of photo editing software or artificial intelligence to add, remove, or change elements of the property in the image, including but not limited to furniture, appliances, flooring, and walls. Digitally altered image does not include the use of photo editing software to adjust such as lighting, sharpness, white balance, color correction, angles, straightening, cropping, exposure, and other common photo editing adjustments that do not change the condition of the property. So as C.A.R. stands to oppose this bill, the thoughts are that for people that are staging, if you're staging a property, you have to show a picture without the staging also. So this is marketing. What we always expect the buyer to see is the property in person. And also false advertisement can be taken up in the courts or through arbitration. Thoughts on this are also, at least these are my thoughts, I think of. We have marketing everywhere, and you see menus at restaurants with a nice picture of a juicy steak. Now, would they have to show a steak after another picture of a steak that's dried up and looking like a beef jerky? I don't think so. It's marketing. And dating apps also, I hear that people have pictures on that don't resemble and look like them when they see them in person. So should they also have a picture of one that's not digitally altered? Well, in that case, I think so. And grocery ads also, you have pictures of wonderful produce and doesn't look like that when you go into the store. And hamburgers, right? Okay, so that is one of the motions. The next one is AB 493. This involves hazard insurance proceeds, and C.A.R. supports this. And this is in light of the recent wildfires in Palisades and the Eaton fires. This bill was introduced. This bill would require a financial institution that makes loans or purchases obligations and holds hazard insurance proceeds in a lost draft account pending property rebuilding or repair to pay interest on those funds that they hold at a rate of at least 2% simple interest per year. Also, the bill would prohibit these financial institutions from imposing any fee or charge in connection with the maintenance or disbursement of hazard insurance proceeds held in a lost draft accounting pending rebuilding or repairing of the real property. The bill would specify that the above provisions do not apply to hazard insurance proceeds held in a lost draft account that are required by a state or federal regulatory authority to be placed by a financial institution other than a bank in a non-interest-bearing demand trust fund account of a bank. In short, this bill would require the interest to be paid to the buyer. Next bill is AB 597, and C.A.R. also supports this bill, and this is regarding public insurance and adjusters. Assemblymember John Harabedian introduced the Insurance Payment Protection Act to protect policyholders from unfair fees and price gouging. In short, this bill will do the following. It will prevent fees and price gouging by adjusters, particularly after major disasters, and applies to residential properties and certain commercial properties. Inspired by the need to safeguard policyholders during vulnerable times, this bill also allows policyholders to cancel contracts if the public adjuster violates the law or solicits business during prohibited periods. Additionally, public adjuster contracts must clearly outline the services being provided, including the specific claims or coverages that they will handle. By ensuring transparency and fairness, this AB 597 strengthens consumer protections and protects wildfire victims. Last one is AB 1430, and this is regarding county recorder's fees. Now, this may affect your transactions slightly. However, this bill will set the fee for recording and indexing at $15 for recording the first page instead of $10, and $4 for each additional page instead of $3 for each additional page. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Nanette. Next, we have William Wei.
Morning, everyone. Congratulations. You made it this far. I see a lot of people taking really good notes with your heads down. I am here to report on the transaction and, excuse me, not the transaction, the Taxation and Government Finance Committee. And this committee took the lead on 3 items. First one is SB 336 Wiener, which would expand property tax exemptions for nonprofits. And C.A.R. Considered taking an opposed position. This bill currently is in the Senate Appropriations Committee. The second item is AB 1435 Nguyen, which provides tax incentives to offset private property owner costs related to cleanup and deterrence of encampments. C.A.R. considered taking the watch position. This bill actually died without further action. The third one, the last one for me, is the C.A.R. in conjunction with NAR opposed the federal proposed to cap the federal deduction of business rate and local tax, the SALT. And as you know, the One Big Beautiful Act now took the action on that. And that is it for me. Thank you.
Been pushed by Buck. Buck said, "Are we going to be on time?" I said, "No." Okay. The next one is Shun.
Thank you, Ling. Good morning, everyone. I am presenting Standard Form Advisory Committee Forum on Form. This is kind of a 2 committee, but it's kind of linked together into one committee in a way, which I will explain. The Standard Form Advisory Committee plays a role at the C.A.R. level in guiding the development and the update of C.A.R. standard forms. The committee reviews existing forms for legal accuracy and relevance, recommends updates or new forms, and advises on related policy matters. The goal is to ensure that C.A.R. forms remain current, legally sound, and aligned with changing laws, industry practice, and consumers' needs, so that the members are always equipped with the most effective tools in their real estate transactions, such as BRBC. Last year, we spent a lot of time talking about it, preparing and putting onto paper, which the Standard Form Advisory Committee spent a lot of time. And the Forum on Form, where I'm in this committee, we also play a vital role in the process of offering members an opportunity to share feedbacks, ideas, and concerns regarding C.A.R. standard forms. We gather all the inputs. The form is carefully evaluated by the Standard Form Advisory Committee. So we gather all the feedbacks from you guys, from the associations and for the users and members, and contribute for improvement and creation for forms that meets the need of today's real estate professionals. The C.A.R. generally don't revise forms within 3 years from the last update, unless there's compelling reasons, such as legal issue, which needs to be addressed, or situations where the change could place agents or their client at risk. Then that's a time that they would really look into it and update the forms. The residential purchase agreement, RPA, follows a separate 6 to 8 years to review cycles. While the same standard applies, this form received a more comprehensive review due to its importance. Typically, C.A.R. leadership assigned a task force to meet about 2 years before the end of the cycle, just to consider revision on the RPA. So they have a specific task to look into this document. Whether it's RPA or other forms, a revision only be made current revisions if
provides a substantial improvement that clearly benefit agents or their clients. Some of the forms has been updated since 2025. I'm sure if you use this form, you have noticed, and it's important. Mostly are for rental property transactions, such as the offer of tenant positive rental payment report. So when you fill out the lease listing agreement, this form will attach that listing agreement as well for the landlord to complete. Move-in inspection, MII, we used to have move-in, move-out together. Now it's separate. So when you have a tenant to move in, you have a separate form. Same thing, move-out inspection, MOI, which records the property condition when the tenant moved out. It is separate now. Another form they have added on is the pre-move-out inspections, which is the PMOI, helps identify potential issues before the tenant move out. Just giving them a chance, a tenant a chance to fix anything. For example, if there's a hole, and tenant think that they can fix it, which is still a minor, instead of deducting from your deposit, the tenant would like to have the opportunity to fix it before the actual date comes to move out. Rental owner advisory provides important informations, reminder for landlord about their responsibility and best practices. Also, some of the forms, 2024, a lot of forms has been updated. You probably notice when you use the form, all of a sudden you see, hey, why is it different? Sometimes they do silent changes, meaning that if the paragraph didn't sound right or the grammar, it's not sound correctly, they will silently, the committee will correct it. But obviously they will have attorney to look at all those forms before giving the member to start using those forms. And there's a lot on 2024. Just briefly, I know we're running out of time, but it's important, like BCO, buyer's counter, BRBC, the seller's contingency removal, lease listing agreement, lead paint. I'm just naming few because these are important and these are in our package when we either signed our listing agreement or sign purchase agreement. So these are forms or have changes, either tremendously change or just minor. I recommend you to go through your form just to have a familiar faces with the terms. So when you are in front of your client, you're not surprised at seeing the changes. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Shun. I know that it seems like everybody wants to share a lot of things with you. We're there many days and we're in the meeting all day long. So there's a lot of things going on. And there's, sometimes you don't know which committee has the most motion, and nobody in our association is on that committee. But however, I have Jeff coming back to share the home ownership housing committee. They have like 6 and 7 motions on there. And I think that's very important for you guys to hear.
Back. All right, so I'm here to report on the home ownership housing committees. There's 8 quick items that I'll quickly go through. C.A.R. sponsor legislation to mandate the balcony inspection, which is part of the risk management report. Balcony inspections reports be included within the suit documents an HOA is required to provide to homeowners and buyers in connection with the purchase of real property that is managed and maintained by home association pursuant to the requirements of the Davis-Sterling Act. This next one is the C.A.R. sponsor legislation to mandate the inclusion of a salutary prescribed summary page for the balcony inspection report that at a minimum includes a standardized inspection scale, general HOA property and unit information, identifies exemption from the GSE critical repair definitions that may be available to HOA, and of course, other relevant disclosures. The next one is that C.A.R. supports AB 739 Jackson, if amended, A, require HOA managers to maintain a real estate license, B, exempt uncompensated unpaid HOA managers from being required to maintain a real estate license, and C, include a delay effective date for managers' compliance of January 1st, 2028. Number 5 is that C.A.R. supports and encourages NAR to support Fannie and Freddie Mac making the list of condos developments that have qualified and not qualified for their financing publicly available. Next one, C.A.R. supports, if amended, SB 299 to restore existing state notice requirements for emergency and ordinary ordinance adoption. And on the other flip side, the following motions were defeated. A motion was defeated. A C.A.R. support SB 722, which seeks to prohibit REITs and hedge funds from purchasing new constructions for 5 years. A motion was defeated that C.A.R. supports AB 1240 Lee, which prohibits the ownership of 1,000 home 1 units. And lastly, the C.A.R. watch AB 956, increased numbers of units per single home for lot 1 detached ADU to 2 detached ADUs for a total of 3 ADUs per home. Okay, that concludes my report.
That was a lot of motion from that particular committee. So at Sacramento, C.A.R. Sacramento, we brought 4 scholarship people to Sacramento with us, and it's Mark Ramos. He's not here today. Gary, I forgot Gary's last name. Lou, is it Lou? Yeah, Gary Lou, Lucy, at Morales, and the Wendy, right? Zen. And they're all not here, but they all want to express how much they have learned and enjoy their meetings with us at Sacramento. Next year, if you're interested, please apply for the scholarship fund to go with us to Sacramento. And during the meetings, we have Assemblyman Mike Fung with us for lunch, and as well as that I arranged the Assemblyman to have a private visit for our 4 first-time attendee to his office. They had supposed to be a 20-minute chat. They went beyond that. I don't even know what happened. I wasn't there, but they had a great time talking to Assemblyman Mike Fung. And to let you guys know, in 2026, we have a new treasurer, Nikki Copa. As you guys remember, she was here with us. She was teaching the forms, and there was a full house. We have people in that room and people in the hub. She has been elected as the treasurer for 2026 and 2027. And Mark Peterson from Citrus Association has been elected as a president-elect for 2026. You guys probably all met him. He's a big guy. The president for 2026 is Tamaran Saminsky, and she was just here. You guys remember, what was that that she was here? A leadership training, and she was doing the QR code asking you guys to submit your result of the question, and she will be the president of 2026. During NAR, we did visit the Congresswoman Judy Chu, along with Arcadia and Citrus. We had about 15, 20 minutes with her. She's been very busy at the Capitol. And we also did the Capitol walk, but a lot of people are not there. We just kind of just walk around, say hello, and left. But it's if you ever go to Washington D.C., there's an underground that connected all the buildings of the Capitol. It's a lot of walking in Washington State. And the next year, I will not be the regional chair. So what does regional chair do? We connect all the people that are C.A.R. director from the 2 association. They make reports. And a lot of time we have every caucuses for 2 afternoon, I'm sorry, not nights. And then we go to the board director meetings for 1 day now. There's 2, one afternoon and 1 morning. If you guys have any interest going to Chula Vista in September, please do. They have the Reimagine, like Paulnie says, and that is a very big event for you guys. There's going to be a lot of exhibitors. It's a little bit down south toward close to Tijuana, but it's a very nice hotel. There's a new hotel down there. That's where we're going to have the expo. So any question for me? I think Buck is staring at me with his big eyes and telling me to get off the mic. And that concludes our report. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I had to report NAR. I'm sorry, one more. I am on the meetings and conferences, and it's a little bit different from C.A.R. Reimagine. We look at what we have the Houston, Texas meeting at NAR, and we had to look at the speakers, and we had to look at the program. Do you know how many speakers want to speak at NAR events? Take a wild guess. Over 500 people. And we had to every one of us had to review the candidates that submit the application. And I reviewed about 60 of them. And it was toward the end, I was kind of like, forget it, I don't even want to hear their videos. I don't want to see their videos anymore. But that's what we do. A lot of people want to be a speaker, and they're not paid to do this, do the job as a speaker at NAR. But it seems like a lot of people want to be at NAR to be a speaker. So if you ever have a chance to go to Houston, please do. It's happening in November. Okay, thank you very much.
Quick question.
Yes,
Are they
ma'am?
going to run the shuttle buses
To
throughout the San Diego hotels to the Gaylord? Because there's very many hotels in the Gaylord area. Do you know?
everything's gonna be held at Gaylord.
I
There's
know,
no,
but are they going to have
no,
shuttle buses to the
no,
San Diego?
no, no.
Okay, so.
No, it's a brand new hotel, so they're anticipating us being there, and they're not hosting any other hotels outside of,
That's the problem. Because
Gaylord.
before they always ran shuttle buses throughout the
You're
San
thinking
Diego
about
thing.
NAR,
No, San Diego too.
San Diego,
Yes.
but no, Chula Vista. Everything, one hotel for the whole place. Yeah, it's sold out. It's not sold out. I mean, the hotel room is sold out. Yeah, yeah. It's 1,000 rooms. I think it's 1,000. Yeah. But it's a beautiful hotel, I heard. I haven't been there. Okay, Buck, I give the mic back to you.
All right. Thank you. Let's give a round of applause for our panel. Okay, please join us next week, July 31st. We have our affiliate panel. Thank you for coming today. I have a picture of where you're sitting, so please pick up your stuff.